we've been asked to solve the square root of 3 sine of t plus cosine t equals 1. This is going to have us be a little bit inventive, right? Because there's nothing being squared, but I see a sine and a cosine. So it's not going to be easy to get everything just in terms of either sine or cosine. So I want to use another trick. I want to have a different thought about this one. So what I'm thinking is I have sine times something plus cosine, well, right now times 1. And see, that makes me think of sine of alpha times the cosine of beta plus the cosine of alpha times the sine of beta, being the sine of alpha plus beta. I'm going to try to use this sum formula for sine to solve this equation. And see, when I see that square root of 3 there and the 1 there, well, those aren't values I typically associate with either sines or cosines. Neither's that 1. But I'm always allowed to do the same thing to both sides of an equation. So I'm going to divide everything by 2. And all of a sudden, that resulting equation is starting to look a lot like products involving trig functions, right? I have the sine of t times the square root of 3 over 2 plus the cosine of t times 1/2, which is equal to 1/2 apparently. And I'm looking for values of t that make that true. Well, think about the values of root 3 over 2 and 1/2. Well, those are values on my unit circle. So I'm going to replace them with the cosine and sine of an angle that happen to have those values. So my thought is root 3 over 2 is equal to cosine of some angle. And let's see, I know what that angle is, right? That's the angle pi over 6, right? The cosine of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. When it turns out the sine of sine of pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. So that's the only angle I need to worry about. And what I see now is a sine cosine plus a cosine sine. Sine of a first angle times the cosine of a second plus the cosine of that first angle times sine of the second. And I can rewrite this as the sine of t plus pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. And so now I'm reduced to just thinking about angles where sine is equal to 1/2. And that's at pi 6 on that first full revolution and at 5 pi over 6. Taking pi 6 away from both of these equations reveals my solutions. So I get t is equal to 0, and t is equal to 4 pi over 6, which we will reduce to 2 pi over 3. And those are our two nice, happy solutions. And that's it for now.